I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to work on the wagon again today and this stupid control arm, but it needs to happen. So hopefully, oh, my what? Why is my muffler just, wait, what? Like, this might seem set up, but like what? I mean, that's cool that it's here, but like, no knock on the front door. I've been home all day. They just set it there, not even on the stairs. Like, they just set it there. I guess I'll take it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm real confused. Like I said, I've been home all day. Heard no doorbell, no knock, no nothing. But you know what? I guess I'll take it. It's heavy. Not that heavy. I guess we'll throw this in the car and take it with us. Okay. That's a good start. So my first choice for today was go to the junkyard and see if I can't use the lift here and use a cutting wheel, but there's no cutting or grinders here, unfortunately, at the moment. So I'm gonna go to Ramstein real quick, use the auto hobby shop area. I'm gonna rent a bay for like $6 an hour. I'm gonna knock out the exhaust, and they also have cutting wheels there, and like everything you can possibly need to get this bolts off, they have there. So we'll hopefully get the car up on a lift, get the control arm done, get the muffler done, and get out of there in less than an hour, hopefully. Actually, no, I'm gonna quote this job all day, because that's just what it happens to. When I say it's 20 minutes, it turns out to be an entire day and bolts are broken. I gotta cut things. So I'm gonna quote this as a 6-hour job, but hopefully by the end of this, we have a new control arm on the driver's side as well, and that muffler back there can be in the car. Made it to the Ramstein Auto Skill Center. I'm gonna see if they have any bays with a lift available. If not, I can use a flat like floor bay, but a lift would be really nice. And I'm pretty sure this is Steve's Corvette that's just about done. I'm excited to see it and come back. Honestly, that process was so much easier than I thought. You walk in, you show your ID, you show the registration for the vehicle, and then you're set. So now I have bay number 4. It's a 4-post lift bay, so it's perfect what I'm gonna be doing. And then just knock this out. Bay number 4, here we come. This is awesome. And they have all these tools in here. I wish I had this in my house. This'll do. And then we come over here and we close this back down. So cool. I'm gonna film in the car for just a second, and it's kind of loud in here right now. There's a guy working on something down there, but it's kind of loud in here. The lighting's not super great, so it might be kind of awkward to film, but I'll try and do my best. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's like every tool you could possibly need. There's a wheel machine, a balancing machine, there's a brake rotor section, there's air guns, there's lifts. So this is a really cool spot, and it's warm in here, so honestly, can't complain. For $6 an hour to have a bay, almost pretty much unlimited tools and all the accessories I could possibly need, and a lift, this is pretty sick. So I'll try and film what I can. I can hear it's very loud there. The lighting's not super great, but I just want to get this done and get out of here. All right, we've got our lift all set and ready to go. All my controls are right over here, and I have a nice little table up there, so all my parts are set up there. This is a cool spot. I like this. All right, let's go ahead and take her up. Good. Alright, so you can see our nice new control arm on this side. This is the one over here, so that bolt right there needs to come out, and then the one over there. I think with proper tools, this is going to be much, much easier. I hope. Alright, so this one's off. That one in the front's also off. This one here still won't spin, so before I go and cut this one off, I'm going to try and go to the one on top of there and get a wrench in there and use a hammer so I can't break it free, but like even with the air impact, this thing still won't move. I don't know why it's on there so tight. So I managed to get the top piece for the ball joint off. Finally, I used a vice grip to hold this so I can see the entire thing just spins inside the housing. So got that off, thankfully. I soaked this in liquid wrench again, but I just can't break this one free. I was trying to use the top one, couldn't get it, so we might have to cut it. But other than that, that's the last thing to pull out, so we're almost there. Alright, so I got a nice big breakup right here. I'm gonna try and lower the car down and use some leverage and break this one free by hand. The air impact's just not doing it. I've soaked in a liquid wrench. We're gonna try leverage, and hopefully that gets it off. If it just strips it more, then I have to cut it. I'm trying to not cut it out though, because if I cut it out, I have no extra bolt to put back in. So yeah, so we'll see if this works. So breaker bar won't work. Impact's not strong enough. I tried using the top bolt, but can't get enough leverage. This is really annoying. Okay, so here's where we're at with this. So the bolt it's done, it's rounded off, can't get it to budge no matter how hard I try. So my options are now either cut it out, but then I totally forgot my mistake. I don't have a spare bolt to put back in, or I was trying to get a hold of Casey. I think she's in work still right now, probably a meeting or something like that. They take me to the junkyard, get a spare bolt to put it back in here. Or what I can do is I can cut it out, put all of it back together, because I can put it all back together as is right now, drive the car to the junkyard, or drive it somewhere, buy a new bolt, put it in the car, then come back here and take it all off again and put the new one in, but I really don't feel like doing that. So I think I might just cut this one out, put the new one in, and bolt the front bolt down and the ball joint and all kind of stuff in, and leave that one open for a little while, go to the junkyard, go somewhere, get a new bolt, and then drive home and put the bolt in. I think with 2 of the 3 bolts holding it in, it shouldn't go anywhere. I don't know, maybe this is the dumbest idea ever, but oh, it's so frustrating. There's literally no need for me to cut this bolt out. This is so stupid, but I'm probably gonna have to. I'm gonna cut it out, and I'll probably put this bolt in, and I'll put this one on, and I don't think, I think it has to be enough to hold it and have it not. I don't see this bolt. If this bolt's in, there's no way this can fall out of there. So I think we'll be okay to move the car just a little bit and then get a new bolt. Oh, this is bad. So much fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was just gonna leave that last bolt open and then go to the junkyard and get a bolt, but wifey's here, so we're gonna junkyard real quick, grab a spare bolt, go back. The problem I'm having now is the cutter they gave me, the wheel is only so big and I can only get so far in, and I still have about that much left of the bolt to cut. So when we go back, I'll see if they have like a sawzall so I really get in there and cut the whole thing, but this is stupid. Like I'm done. I just wanted to be done. We're close. Once this bolt's cut, drop the entire thing out, put it all back together. Just take 2 seconds, but this is just way too much effort for this. All right, we have bolts now, which I'm sure one of these will probably, yeah, so one of these will fit no problem. So that's good. That way everything will be bolted down. Now I need probably a sawzall or something like that to finish cutting this nonsense out of here. Sawzall acquired. Game time, boys. All right, there she is. Finally off. What a giant pain that was. You can see, cut it completely out. I cut through here. I was trying to use a little grinder, it wasn't being enough. So sawzall straight through. Swoop. So I'm gonna go in, pop the top one up and out, get this thing out of here, finally get it done. And this has been so, look at the thing, completely rounded, like every angle, like wouldn't budge. Unbelievable. Alright, everything is finally out. Old control arm, old ball joint, and a nice new one here. I have a new bolts that fit the factory nuts are all set. So hopefully putting this back in goes as smooth as this side did. And then after that, I have to figure out if I actually want to do the muffler or not, because I thought where this actually is right here, I thought there was a break in the pipe, but there's actually not. So I would need to actually cut it right about here and then get a clamp or have someone weld it, but I don't know if I want to do all that or not. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so pretty much a full day later and a lot of frustration, but our control arm install on both sides is finally done. Everything's nice and tight, and I didn't have to skip any bolts, which is good. Now we have to see if I want to do that or not. Well, I mean, the car's already up, so I mean, I might as well. I guess I can go ahead and cut it, measure, cut it, slide it over, and then I can go ahead and find a clamp later and do that in a bit, like later today, possibly. Ugh, alright. I mean, I already have the sawzall, so might as well. Alright, so the plan here, I'm gonna cut it about there or so. That way it's a little bit too long. I can get this one up there, and then I can slowly take off this side little by little until it matches perfectly with this side. It should be right about there, I would say, but I'm probably gonna cut over here, and then I'll slowly work my way back. That way I can have an exact fit. We got a nice fancy new one versus our old one there. Like I said, it's easier for me. I pulled the bolts out and drop the hanger down, and I'll pull this all actually down here. It's a bit easier to do. These are kind of rusted on the side, you can see. But on the back side over here, you can see where there's actually like a giant, you can see in there, a giant hole on the side. So yeah, we got ourselves a nice new one here. What I might do while the car's up, I might also pull all of this off and try and shake out the cat because it's rattling still. Or maybe I won't, I don't know. See how much effort I want to put into this. Alright, so surprisingly enough, where I cut actually worked out perfectly. Also look at Steve over there. That's Steve with the VR6 wagon. That's the motor for his Corvette coming soon. It's gonna be so sick. Anyway, back to this. So muffler's up, where I cut is actually perfect. So all I need to do is get a clamp and bolt that down, and that's done. And then bolt these back up, and we're good. Also, check this out. Right here, see that? P for power. Muffler is all done. Everything's bolted back up. Nice and simple. So all I'm gonna need is the clamp, wrap it around here, bolt it down to keep that from like leaking. But other than that, all set. The wagon is officially back on the ground. New control arms, new ball joints, and we have the new muffler in the rear. I also have wiper blades, so mom put that out too. Oh, goodness. All right, so the Auto Skill Center is the place to go. I was there from about 11:15. I'm leaving here at 4:30. I got to use a bay. It was inside. It wasn't cold. There was heat inside. I had all the tools I possibly needed. I had a lift. I spent $30. I'm gonna come here all the time. I can't see myself ever doing any type of work at my house anymore. The lay on the ground outside in the cold, I can't see myself doing it. Unless it's like interior piece or something very, very minor. But when I get cooler for this car, I'm gonna do that here. Almost everything I'm gonna do here now, because it's so convenient. It's 5 minutes from my house. I spent $30 to use a lift and all the tools from 11:30 to 4:30. I can't, that's amazing. So pro tip, if you're ever doing control arms like I did and you run into a bolt that just will not budge for whatever reason, instead of wasting your time, get a Sawzall, just cut it. Cut it, get a new bolt. Like, so much easier. So much easier. Oh, what a 2-day process. But we have a new muffler. We've got new control arms and new ball joints. Everything's good. The car feels nice. The steering feels really good. I didn't take the cat off because there's a lot of bolts to pull it off. I didn't feel like doing that. But I hit it a bunch of times with a mallet just to see what happened. And now when I start the car, there's no more rattle. And I rev it, there's no more rattle. So I think I fixed that. So this was a good day. It was very annoying in the beginning, but like much, much better than yesterday. So muffler's done. No more rattle. Hey, buddy. Muffler's done, no more rattle, control arms, ball joints, everything's good. This place is amazing. I'm gonna come here all the time. A lift and all the tools I want. Literally 30 bucks. The best thing ever. Look who it is. It's my green car. My little green car. Gracie's still alive. I miss that thing, man. A little green car, looking good still. You're home. What is that? Oh no, 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 no. Where's my WD-40? Hang on. Alright, let's get you fixed up here. No more. I don't know that's the hint, but I think it's this one. Alright, let's see if that did anything. Okay, that's better. That's much better. As I was saying, the car felt good. I didn't feel anything weird up front, so everything's nice and tight and it feels very solid. No more rattle from the middle, which is very nice. And the muffler makes no sound, but it's new and has no holes in it, so we should pass inspection with flying colors and get long plates for this car. By some miracle, the Savoy also still runs. Not sure how, but hey, proud of you, little car. You're doing great. Just keep it up. All right, last thing we must do for tonight. So yesterday on the way home, Steve's VR6, the variant, it died, and he's thinking it's either the crank sensor or maybe the coil pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have a spare crank sensor and a spare coil pack. So I'm gonna bring it over to his house real quick, and we're gonna swap them on and see if we can make his car start. We got 2 spare crank sensors that I have for my car for backups, and then I have the coil pack off my car. I don't have a spare one of these. So this one I know for a fact works. I know both of these work. So if this doesn't make his car start, then there's another problem somewhere else. Not gonna lie, I got absolutely spoiled today. Working inside, having all these tools in a nice little spot, having a lift, it's warm. I got spoiled. It's cold in this garage. My hands are already freezing. I got spoiled today. All right, I got the, so I brought both of my, these are my good backup crank sensors.
I just want to try one to see if that's the issue.
And then I have my coil pack on my car, so I know for a fact that's good.
All right, we'll stand by on the coil pack.
Got the new wheels on it. Looking good. One day.
Did you already wipe this down? Should be good.
One day, one day, one day. All right. Crank sensors in. My coil pack's in, which we know for a fact is good. Come on, you got this. You got this. Dang. So you said when you were driving, it just shut off, or how to?
It shut off.
See, to me, that screams crank sensor, and how it sounds screams crank sensor. But I mean, we can try this other one, but I know both those were good, because I kept 2 as a spare, and I checked them all.
Cool, let's check that one.
All right, let's try this last one and see. But yeah, back when I was having my no start issue, I went through so many things, and I snagged a bunch of these that were good to have backups. I don't know at that point then. I have no clue. And you have no codes coming up, nothing?
No codes. I smell fuel. It's like I'm not getting spark.
You want to pull a plug out and see what it looks like?
Yes, I need to try that since I got you here.
Nope, so nothing. So now we're back from the Mega Squirt to the factory ECU. And then also back to the factory plug-in for the throttle body. Do you hear it or no? That fuel pump is moving, good lord. It is so cold. I got so spoiled today working in that shop, having a lift, having heat, having all these tools, working outside. It's so cold. Unfortunately, couldn't get Steve's car to start. We went through all the basic stuff: crank sensor, coil pack, the car's getting fuel. The only thing it's missing is not getting sparks. We're gonna check relays probably tomorrow, and then some wires underneath. He has that whole VR6 build, that turbo build. So there's a few extra wires for the ECU kind of stuff underneath that he wants to check. But hopefully it's an easy fix. The car seems to want to turn over, but it's missing that spark. So we'll see what the issue with that is. But also, I want to give a massive shout out to Steve. He just got promoted. He is now a Chief Master Sergeant. Man, that's awesome. I'm so excited for him. Chief Master Sergeant. That's so exciting. But I'm ending the video off here. I'm cold. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna take this car to Capone to get re-inspected, which I fixed the things. I do also need to find a clamp though real quick to clamp down the exhaust in the rear. It's not like moving or wobbling around, but I promise you, they'd be like, why is there no clamp here? Blah, 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 blah. So I need to get a clamp, but after that, the car should be good to go, 100%, get long plates, and then we're good. At that point, we can go on with modifications. I found a set of coilovers that I want to get already, and then some other parts, but I want to make sure the car has long plates first. So hopefully tomorrow, if I can get a clamp in enough time, we will be on our way and all set. Don't forget, be thankful for today. We'll see you next time. Peace.